Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Acton and I'm here today in this video to teach you a little bit about C++ while loops. Now many programming languages, have while loops in them. In fact, I'd say pretty much all of them do. Even Scratch, and that's not really even a programming language. But either way here, while loops are pretty important for just about everything you are going to do, in C++ and pretty much in every other language, so it is important to understand them. Now, a few things I want to cover beforehand. Sorry for not making this video earlier. I contracted a plague that my family brought home from Melbourne, and it made making these videos damn near impossible, and, well, I decided not to. Another correction I also do want to make is that the F-stream is not required, for example, for dealing with console application stream stuff. I mean, you don't need to use F-stream unless you're actually working with files, so please do disregard the whole part of my other tutorial where I talked about F-stream. That was my problem and my mess up, so yeah, blame me, and don't include header files you're not going to use. Now, a while loop is basically a loop that repeats a certain function over and over again. Let's say, for example, we wanted to count to 100. I'm going to use an integer that will store the number, and we're going to call this num, and we're going to cast this number as 0. Num plus plus. This will, of course, add the number once. We'll do num, and then we'll run it and see what happens. Oh shit. You see what happens is that this program decided, okay, this programmer has told us that we need to make one addition to this number. So therefore, the compiler goes ahead and compiles the code, and you take 0 and add 1 to it by using this particular little formula here. Now, the thing is, we can probably copy and paste this about 100 times and, of course, get the same result. So, I don't know, let's try copy and paste it a few times and see what happens. .24. So rather than copying and pasting this particular line over and over again, there's a much easier and much cleaner way of doing it that, well, is just flat out better. We're going to use what's called the while loop, so I'll explain it here. In C++ you do while, and then here you put the condition. So I want this while loop to continue until the number variable is 100. So we do while num not equal to 100, and then we do the brackets in here, and we do num plus plus cout num. Now what this will do is that it will repeat until the number is, of course, reached 100. So while the number is not equal to 100, this while loop will continue no matter what. Let's go ahead and use it. And there you have it. Your program's counted to 100. But let's say you don't want to count to 100. Let's say you want to count to some stupid number. Waiting, 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 and there we have it. C++, and many other languages do have these little cool loops and all these other different things, which are pretty fun to play with. I'm going to leave this video here, and that's just basically how, you make a basic while loop to count to a certain number. And, if you are going to get into advanced programming, understanding loops is critical in order to make your algorithms actually work. So, as I said before, I'm going to leave this video here. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments section. Email me, talk to me. I don't really care on how you contact me, as long as you contact me, and I can probably help you out with any problems you have. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. These are just while loops, and that's the end of this